I've always placed a tomato under my orchid, and my flowers grow like crazy. This natural plant nourishment works better than store-bought fertilizers. Don't water your flowers the usual way. I'll show you a better method. Tomatoes contain potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus, which strengthen plants and support their growth. Take a tomato and cut it into smaller pieces. Tomatoes help develop healthy roots, making your orchid bloom beautifully and become more resistant to diseases. Place the chopped tomato in a larger container with water. Now, add enough water to submerge the roots in the tomato solution. This homemade fertilizer acts like a natural elixir for plants. Within a few days, you'll notice greener leaves and new orchid shoots. Your plants will be healthier and bloom longer. Try this method and enjoy lush, beautiful flowers without expensive chemical fertilizers. With this method, your orchids will quickly grow new roots and abundant flowers. You'll never throw them away again. Start by examining your orchid. If its roots are dry, woody, or completely missing, it's time to act. Carefully trim all the dried-out parts with scissors, making sure not to damage healthy tissue. This helps the orchid absorb nutrients and water more effectively. Next, disinfect the plant. Add 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide to a bottle of water. Hydrogen peroxide effectively kills bacteria and fungi that can hinder root growth and cause infections. Close the bottle, shake well, and spray the leaves and remaining roots generously. Let the orchid dry for a while. Now take a soft cloth and cut a wide strip from it. This will help retain moisture. Wrap the cloth around the lower part of the orchid, making sure it only covers the woody section. After wrapping, tuck the end of the cloth inside to keep it secure. Take a plastic cup and place the wrapped orchid inside. Pour water into the cup, just enough to soak the cloth, but not touch the plant itself. This is crucial, as the orchid will absorb moisture only through the damp cloth, stimulating root growth without the risk of rotting. Within a week, you'll see your orchid developing strong, healthy roots. This simple trick will bring your orchids back to life. I don't water a weak orchid with plain water. Just 1 dose of this mixture is enough to make it bloom again. Start by adding a tablespoon of ground coffee to a jug. Pour boiling water over it and let it steep for a few minutes. Then, prepare a second container, preferably another jug. Place a strainer lined with gauze on top and pour the brewed coffee through it to remove the grounds. Let the liquid cool down. Then dilute it with water. Use this solution to water the plant's roots. Coffee grounds contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and magnesium, all essential nutrients for an orchid's growth. They also have a slightly acidic pH, which can help maintain the soil's low pH level. Transfer the remaining mixture into a spray bottle. Place the orchid in a bowl and generously spray its leaves. Let it sit for a few minutes, then wipe the leaves dry. Repeat this process once a month to nourish a weak orchid. After a few months, it will bloom again. I cut the flowers off the orchid stem, a trick an old gardener taught me. The result? Twice as many blooms. When the flowers on my orchids start to wilt, I use pruning shears or scissors to remove them. Then, I treat the stem with a single kitchen ingredient. I take a jar of cinnamon and apply a bit to the cut end of the stem. Cinnamon has antifungal properties, helping the stem seal nicely and encouraging new shoots to grow. If the stem was diseased, it prevents mold and fungus from spreading. Cinnamon also keeps the stem from drying out. After a few weeks, new buds and flowers start to appear on the branches. 1 tablespoon can replace 22 pounds of orchid fertilizer. From now on, you no longer need to buy expensive fertilizers. This simple mixture works just as well as specialized products, delivering exceptional results. Start with 2 tablespoons of sugar. Sugar promotes the growth of beneficial microorganisms in the soil, which supports better orchid development. Next, add 3 small teaspoons of potato starch, which provides essential nutrients, potassium, phosphorus, and calcium. These elements are crucial for healthy growth and beautiful blooming. Now, add 1 tablespoon of turmeric. Turmeric acts as a natural fungicide. protecting the plant from diseases and helping it absorb nutrients more efficiently. Next, prepare a blender. Add all the ingredients, pour in 2 cups of water, and blend thoroughly to combine them. Once blended, dilute the concentrate with an additional 4 cups of water. To use this fertilizer, measure 1 cup of the mixture and dilute it in about 1.3 gallons of water. Use this solution to water your orchids and spray it on their substrate. This natural fertilizer provides excellent support for orchid growth, helping them stay healthy and bloom beautifully. I don't keep my orchids in a peat substrate. This method prevents them from rotting and getting sick. New leaves and flower buds grow as a result. Remove the orchid from the substrate and clean its roots. They should be clean to avoid transferring mold from the soil. Take a transparent pot or vase. You'll also need a Styrofoam egg carton. Use scissors to cut it into small pieces. Since the carton is designed for food storage, it's safe for your plants. This foam absorbs and retains water very well. The orchid will always have slightly moist, not wet roots, which will protect it from rotting. Once you've filled the bottom of the vase, place the orchid in it. Holding it with one hand, fill the container with Styrofoam. It should be dense enough around the plant to keep it stable. When planting the orchid, remember that its roots need access to light, so pay attention to this. Next, fill the vase with water. It's best to use soft water, such as distilled or boiled water, not straight from the tap. Leave the orchid for half an hour. After this time, pour out most of the water. The orchid only needs a little water at the bottom of the pot. Finally, I trim the orchid stems, ensuring there are no flowers or dry stems left. I sprinkle cinnamon on the cuts. Cinnamon has antifungal properties. This helps the stem seal nicely and encourages new shoots to grow. If the stem was diseased, cinnamon will prevent further mold or fungus development. It also helps prevent drying out. After a few weeks, you can see new buds and flowers appearing on the branches. Just 1 tablespoon is enough for your orchid to sprout and bloom abundantly. Start by taking 1 lime. This fruit is not only rich in vitamin C, but also contains essential oils with refreshing and antibacterial properties. Grate the lime peel using a coarse grater and transfer it to a larger container. Next, take regular rice and add 5 tablespoons to the container. Rice contains starch that strengthens plant roots and promotes their growth. Pour in 500 milliliters of warm water to extract all the valuable nutrients from the rice and lime peel. Close the container and let it sit for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, mix everything well, then strain the liquid into another container. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar, which acts as an extra source of energy for the plants. Stir the mixture thoroughly. Finally, add about 1 liter of water to create the final fertilizer. Here are 3 ways to use this fertilizer. First, take a regular cotton pad, soak it in the fertilizer, and gently wipe each leaf. This cleans the leaves of dirt, fungi, and bacteria. The second method is to spray the leaves. Pour the mixture into a spray bottle and generously spray the leaves. The last method is to water the base and roots of the orchid, allowing the fertilizer to reach the plant's most essential parts. Your orchids will look stunning, and their leaves and flowers will gain a healthy, vibrant glow.